the freedom to choose what you put into your body. And for me, that is essential.
Hi, and welcome back. It's hard to forget the controversy that surrounded Djokovic last year in the lead-up to the Australian Open. His refusal to receive the COVID-19 vaccine caused a stir and ultimately led to his expulsion from the tournament in Melbourne.
What happened 12 months ago was not easy for me, for my family, team.
When interviewed in a press conference in Adelaide, he said, "You can't forget that kind of event. It's one of the things you carry with you forever. It was something I have never experienced and never hope to experience again. But it was a valuable life experience for me. Back then, we created a video on whether Djokovic would get vaccinated, but the reality is that we don't know." Fast forward a year, and the world looks very different. The fear surrounding the coronavirus has died down, although it's still a concern in some parts of the world, including China. And Djokovic is back in Australia, preparing to compete in the Australian Open once again. What happened? Let's rewind to last year. It was clear that Djokovic was not in favor of compulsory vaccination. In the midst of the pandemic, he even organized his own tournaments in the Balkans, which were held without the usual restrictions. This resulted in a wave of infections, including Djokovic himself. It's worth noting that it was unclear whether Djokovic actually received his COVID shots or if he could appeal for a medical exception. However, 𝐥𝐤𝐤𝐤, the director of the Australian Open, seemed to be in favor of allowing Djokovic to compete for his 10th title in Melbourne. In fact, the tournament casually announced Djokovic's participation at the beginning of December 2021. And so Djokovic traveled. But the Australian government had other plans. Australian Prime Minister Scott Morrison was firm on the matter, stating on Twitter,
"Mr. Djokovic's visa has been cancelled. Rules are rules, especially when it comes to our borders. No one is above these rules. Our strong border policies have been critical to Australia having one of the lowest death rates in the world from COVID. We are continuing to be vigilant."
Djokovic was denied entry at Melbourne Airport and was even detained while awaiting his appeal. After 11 days, he was put on a plane to Dubai. Despite the setback, Djokovic was welcomed as a hero upon his return to Belgrade. This year. Now, Djokovic is back on the courts, preparing for the Australian Open and looking to add another title to his already impressive list. The tournament director, 𝐦𝐤𝐤𝐤, has welcomed Djokovic with open arms, saying that he believes Djokovic is the favorite to win this year. 𝐦𝐤𝐤𝐤 cites Djokovic's strong performance at the end of 2022 and his desire to match Rafael Nadal's record as reasons for his confidence. Djokovic's Spanish rival, Nadal, took advantage of Djokovic's absence last year and won his 21st Grand Slam title at the Australian Open. In Paris, Nadal added another 22nd Grand Slam victory to his list. Djokovic, on the other hand, has 21 Grand Slam victories, one more than the now retired Roger Federer. Despite the potential for a negative reception from the public, 𝐦𝐤𝐤𝐤 is not concerned. He stated, "Australians love tennis and they love watching the greatest in action in great matches. I am confident the public will react as we hope and show respect." Conclusion. Vaccinated or not, this year Djokovic is welcome in Australia to compete. The Australian Open begins on January 16th. Mark this date in your calendars. And it will be interesting to see how Djokovic performs. Will he add another title to his list or will his past controversies come back to haunt him? Only time will tell and we are there to keep track. Thank you for watching. If you found this video informative, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. We'll see you in the next one.